Bro. I come back to like 1 million gifted memberships. Ready? Spend your money wisely, but I appreciate the generosity. Thank you very much. Anyway, hi, hello everybody. Thank you, Freddy. How y'all doing? Congratulations to all those people. I hope they enjoy the emotes. Trying to gift myself a membership. You trying to see if you could roll that? How you doing, Freddy? Yeah, welcome back. Good, that's good to hear. Today, we are going to be doing some reading because it is too late to apologize. It's too late. They remember they even subbed to you. I bet most of the people that are subbed to me don't even remember who I am. For the next game that we'll be playing is going back to Yakuza to finish that game. But ain't got a lot of time tonight, so decided, yeah, you know what? Let's do some reading. Sup? Hey, Rumu, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. How have you been? Howdy, howdy. Oh, boy. Stretch. Stretch. Oh, man. Get an email, they see they get a gifted membership. I'm pretty sure it sends out notifications when you get a gifted membership. Who's this? Who's this asshole? Who's this weird, almost pink-haired elf? Another one. Thank you, Freddy. Last one. You said that 2 memberships ago. You better mean it this time. Yeah, for this evening, I have a lot of SCPs lined up. One of them is a request, the rest are just added. Ones that I grabbed from the short list that sounded fun. So we're just gonna get them all queued up. And then I think this evening we'll do a no mic stream over on Twitch. Just editing, chilling and editing. Haven't been here in a while, I know. It's been a minute. I hope you've been good. Hope you've been doing okay. Congratulations to the people who won the lottery for the membership. Enjoy the emotes. Yippee. They are very good emotes created by a very talented artist. Yeah, we should be able to do start Yakuza back up tomorrow. I need to make sure that actually didn't check to see if I got the save up. Working on myself a lot. Getting back to working on my OC. Hell yeah. I saw you post that in the writing. You posted in the writing room. Anyway, let's go. Okie doke. A fly broke in. I got on alert immediately when it landed on the screen. Alrighty. We have a considerable lineup today. This is the actual request. And then from here are things that I added. SPC-720, SCP-8195, 8591, 8988J, 8220, 8993, and 7161. Those are the articles that I have. I need to be done before 8, so I got 2 hours. They'd be able to do them easy. If we have extra time, maybe we'll add an extra article. I've got a bunch of things on my list to read. I've got so many things on my list to read. Do some of my shorter ones are requested? Yeah. Speed running? Hell yeah. Open up my water. Hey, there's your re-membership notification. Been a member for 2 months, I know, right? He's crazy. But in the interest of getting through, how about we get started? Alright, first on the list is 91st Street Station. Item number SCP-2135. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. As SCP-2135 is located in a highly trafficked area, isolated containment of SCP-2135 is not feasible at this time. Instead, Foundation agents will work with the New York City Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, to prevent unauthorized access to SCP-2135 by civilians. SCP-2135 is currently closed to the public and inaccessible by conventional means, such as such, this is considered to be a reasonable request that does not require excessive coercion on the part of the Foundation. The interior of SCP-2135 is to be monitored via closed-circuit camera, but as it is plainly visible to civilians traveling within the New York City subway system, Foundation personnel are discouraged from directly guarding SCP-2135's interior. Any incursions into SCP-2135-B are to be conducted by D-Class personnel under the supervision of Foundation researchers. Direct incursion into SCP-2135-B by researchers requires the approval of the current Region 38A, New York City/Long Island, Director. D-Class personnel entering SCP-2135-B must adhere to the following restrictions. No items manufactured after February 1959, including clothing, recording equipment, entertainment media, etc., may be taken into SCP-2135-B. When interacting with instances of SCP-2135-C, personnel must avoid using words or phrases that were not commonly used prior to 1959, e.g., hippie, wicked, etc. No more than 24 hours may be spent inside of SCP-2135-B. Description: SCP-2135 is the former 91st Street Station, a station of the New York City subway system located in Manhattan. Prior to its closure in February 1959, SCP-2135 was served by the 1 and 2 trains of the IRT Broadway, 7th Avenue line, bounded by the 96th Street Station to the north and the 86th Street Station to the south. SCP-2135 was closed after platform expansion on the 96th Street Station rendered it impractical to continue servicing it. SCP-2135's anomalous properties manifest twice a week at unpredictable intervals. During this time, a train car, which varies by make and model, but is always a car that was in use by the New York City subway system during or prior to 1959. Hereafter, SCP-2135-A will stop at the station for approximately 15 minutes. SCP-2135-A is only perceivable to those standing on the subway platform at the time it arrives. Non-anomalous trains in service will pass through it, as if it were not there, and passengers on those trains are unable to perceive SCP-2135-A's presence as they pass through it. Should any subject board the train during this time, they will remain in a state of transit for approximately 15 minutes and will be unable to exit the train. No other passengers are present on board the train, nor is a conductor. After 15 minutes have elapsed, the train will come to a halt, and subjects will arrive within SCP-2135-B. SCP-2135-B is a replica of the island of Manhattan, as it appeared on the 1st of February 1959. Persons, events, and buildings present in Manhattan during this time are all replicated in a nearly identical fashion within SCP-2135-B, with the following exceptions. Persons present inside of Manhattan during this time. Persons present inside of Manhattan during this time are replaced by instances of SCP-2135-C. See below. All written material present inside of SCP-2135-B, including advertisements, books, newspapers, etc., consist solely of the words "Safe World," repeated over and over in capital letters. The exceptions to this are the signs carried by SCP-2135-C. Subway stations other than the 91st Street Station are inaccessible to all subjects. Instead, an instance of SCP-2135-C guards each subway station entrance, remaining still while holding a sign with the word "Security" written on it. Subjects attempting to enter these stations will be forcefully impeded from doing so by the SCP-2135-C instance. Any area beyond the island of Manhattan is rendered inaccessible by a white void surrounding the entire island. Subjects attempting to leave Manhattan will be blocked by an impermeable barrier. SCP-2135-C instances leaving Manhattan will appear to SCP-2135-C instances leaving Manhattan will appear to vanish into the void. Likewise, SCP-2135-C instances entering Manhattan appear to spontaneously emerge from it. Subjects universally report perceiving SCP-2135-B as monochromatic. SCP-2135-C are faceless humanoid entities that inhabit SCP-2135-B. SCP-2135-C instances lack eyes, noses, and mouths, but otherwise are replicas of people that were in Manhattan on the 1st of February 1959. All SCP-2135-C instances carry with them a blank, white canvas board and a marker. If in a car or other vehicle, they will have one within close proximity of them. Despite their lack of facial features, SCP-2135-C instances appear capable of sight and scent, and can interact with subjects if prompted, via the blank canvas boards, albeit only 1 or 2 words at a time. See interview log below. Should a subject enter SCP-2135-B with any items that were manufactured after February 1959, or exhibit speech patterns or other mannerisms anachronistic to the period, upon exiting the 91st Street station, SCP-2135-C instances will stop in place and continuously stare at the subject until they leave. While SCP-2135-C instances do not exhibit any hostile intent, subjects will generally express a strong desire to leave if SCP-2135-C instances enter this state, citing discomfort and unease. Subjects may leave SCP-2135-B by returning down the 91st Street station entrance. SCP-2135-A will appear within 10 minutes, and will return the subject to baseline reality. After 24 hours have passed within SCP-2135-B. Footnote: 91st Street Station was closed on the 2nd of February, 1959, as it is within SCP-2135-B. The 91st Street Station will be closed, and any subjects will be unable to leave SCP-2135-B. Redacted, although said reports remain unconfirmed, and the similarities may be superficial or coincidental. SCP-2135-C interview log. Date: 23rd of August, 2007. Baseline time. Test subject: D3425, 29 years old, Caucasian female. Equipment outfitted: handheld recorder. Circa 1956. Period appropriate clothing, notepad and 2 pencils, both manufactured circa 1958. Notes: To avoid shocking or upsetting D3425, thus potentially making data collection problematic. Subject was informed of the nature of SCP-2135-B beforehand. Subject is instructed to find nearest SCP-2135-C instance and engage it in conversation, taking care to avoid using contemporary jargon, and transcribe the responses produced via the canvas board. Subject was given a list of pre-approved questions, but was given permission to deviate from this list, if necessary. D3425 exits 91st Street Station into SCP-2135-B. After several moments, she approaches an instance of SCP-2135-C, resembling a Caucasian female in her mid to late 30s.
Hello?
Via canvas board and marker.
Weary?
Footnote: Subsequent tests have revealed that all SCP-2135-C instances begin conversations with the word query.
What exactly is this place? okay?
Flips through list of questions.
Why is this place here? Who made it?
Protection. Protector.
But why did you need to be protected?
Escape. Gone.
What do you mean by escape?
Escape.
But what are you trying to escape from exactly?
Light world.
What's the light world?
Your world.
Why do you need to escape or get into or whatever our world?
Balance.
Okay. Why do you allow us into your world?
Practice.
Practice for what?
Reset.
SCP-2135-C instance refuses to respond to any further queries. Other instances also refuse to communicate with D-3425. D-3425 enters 91st Street Station and returns to baseline. Hey. That's crazy. What's up? Hey, Quasi Quafter, how are you? Also, hello, Derby, how are you? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hope you're all having a good evening, a good afternoon, a good morning, a good night. Crazy. That was neat. I like little weird ones. I like them a little wacky, if you know what I mean. Anyway, moving right along. Big chillin', hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Alright. Let's get on to the next article, which is actually not SCP, it's SBC. Don't get them twisted. Over here we punch sharks. Mom, I've throwed up. Item number SCP-720. SCP-720. Object class TKO'd. Salakian pugilation contingencies. SCP-720 is currently being displayed in the office of senior pugilist Chauncey McGraves as a reminder of his pugilistic prowess. In the wake of recent events, junior pugilists are no longer permitted access to SCP-720. All emissions are to be confiscated and disposed of, turned over to senior pugilist McGreaves. Description: SCP-720 is an adult male bull-class Salakian entity. Footnote: Carcharinus Lucas. That is believed to have a spatial anomaly in lieu of gastrointestinal system. When pugilized in the abdominal region, SCP-720 will typically forcefully expel an item from its mouth. The nature of these items are highly variable. Footnote: The Addendum 721. And prior to recent events, acquisition of an emission was considered an informal rite of passage for all prospective junior pugilists. Addendum 720-1. Abridged log of SCP-720 emissions. Junior pugilist Francis Willicard. Emission: Arkansas license plate number 639KDH. Other information: Instance was found mounted inside of Junior Pugilist Willicard's storage locker. Junior Pugilist Derek Adams. Emission: Pearl Masterworks 9-piece drum kit. Other information: Adams was found in the center break room playing a drum solo that has been going on for long enough to make everyone wish the next song would start. Junior Pugilist, Brian Abernathy. Emission, Sony FDR AX53 video camera. Other information. Turned in to Senior Pugilist McGraves by Junior Pugilist Abernathy. The SD card on the camera contained 53 minutes and 12 seconds of Salakian coitus. Junior Pugilist Abernathy requested formal amnesia induction treatment, which was denied on account of the Shark Punching Center's recently terminated contract with the Louisville Slugger. Junior Pugilist Stephen O'Brien. Emission, Firestone Destination A/T 35 by 1250 tire. Other information. Instance was found next to an unconscious Junior Pugilist O'Brien. O'Brien has since been dismissed from the Shark Punching Center for being KO'd by a Salakian that had already been defeated. Junior Pugilist Thomas Dubois. Emission, Roost and Root walk-in chicken coop. Other information. Found locked, containing 8 hens, a rooster, and Junior Pugilist Dubois. Junior Pugilist Jacob Woodard. Jacob Woodard. Ignore that. Emission, a complete and polished set of plate armor, circa 1500. Other information. Junior Pugilist Woodard has requested to keep the armor, which was denied on the account that we'll look like damn cowards and we aren't damn cowards. Junior Pugilist Taylor Barber. Emission, RDS-220 hydrogen bomb. Other information. The next person to touch this fucking shark is getting whatever it barfs up next shoved up their ass. Addendum 720-2. Further study. Following Following SPC-720's emission of an RDS-220 hydrogen bomb, Shark Punching Center eggheads performed a very fucking lame vivisection of the Salakian. Internally, SPC-720 was not found to be different from a non-anomalous member of its species. SPC-720 is currently pending reclassification to explained. Addendum 720-3. Cowabunga Committee Mandate. Per a unanimous decision by the Cowabunga Committee, reclassification to explained was denied. In the interest of continued Salakian ass-kicking, reclassification to pulverized is currently ongoing. Damn, he got whooped. Also, hello, Veronica de Staten, how are you? Shark Punching Center, yeah. It's a lot of skips. Luckily, they're a bunch of pretty short ones. So it's actually not that many. How are you doing? Drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch. Remember to stay hydrated, chat. It's good for your health. Don't become a dry raisin like me. Mwah, mwah. It's an elephant. It's the elephant in the room. We're going to be addressing it. Acid, Florida Orange Acid, Florida Gray and Acid, Florida Zero. Are those SCP stuff? I'll take a look at them. I have so much to fucking read. That a lot of it I might skip, but I don't know. It's about an SCP. Well, tails are fine. Alrighty. My neck. Alright. Before we continue, my friend. There we go. What are your opinions on newer SCPs? About the same as they've been for years. I personally get annoyed when I have to navigate like a labyrinth in order to read it. But that's been ongoing for years, so it's not necessarily a new thing. How are you, Pooh Master? Alrighty. Moving on. Alex Thorley gets away with it. Item number SCP-8195. Special Containment Procedures. NA. Description: SCP-8195 is an adult African elephant. It began following Alex Thorley at some point in time. Transcript: we are at a coffee shop. It's early in the morning.
Hi, can I get a, small matcha latte, please? Sure. Can you put oat milk in it? You want an oatmeal with that? No, I said oat milk.
My bad. Small matcha with oat milk and...
Thorley rubs their hands.
Hey, do I know you?
What?
Sorry, I've seen you before. You're the guy from Department of Unreality, right?
Barista looks at the camera.
Alex Thorley?
Oh, yeah. That's me.
No way! My wife and I read the last thing you were in. The one with the robot or something, and when you refresh the page, the experiment logs change? That was so cool. Seeing you in person is like unreal.
Yeah. Address me.
Thorley looks at the camera.
You're awesome, man, really.
Yep.
Sorry, don't want to take up too much of your time. Is that everything?
No, actually, can I get one of those?
Thorley points at the glass display. There are breads and pastries inside.
Oh, you want?
Barista grins.
You want? The bagel?
No, the cheesecake.
Oh, sorry. Haha. Not the bagel then, huh?
No.
Alright. So, matcha with oat milk and one cheesecake?
Yeah.
And what about your friend here? Anything for them?
Barista looks at SCP-8195.
No.
Cool, that'll be.
Alex Thorley left the coffee shop at 8 a.m. The elephant later reclassified itself as neutralized. And carrying on from that, Alex Thorley doesn't get away with it. Item number SCP-8591. Special Containment Procedures NA. Description: SCP-8591 was an adult African male SCP-8591 was an adult African elephant that sporadically appeared and disappeared in researcher Alex Thorley's office. After the publishing of this documentation, SCP-8591 vanished and has not reappeared in over a year. Transcript: on the phone.
It's here again. Maybe it'll go away. It didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. Fine.
Thorley enters their office. There's an elephant inside.
I'm addressing you.
Researcher Thorley has been appropriately reprimanded for their undisclosed misconduct prior to this interaction. Do not address the elephant in the room. Unreality. That's crazy. Bro, that's crazy. Oh boy. Stretch. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by things happening in real life. Anyway. Let's see how Twitch writes an SCP. Oh my god. I'm being bugged. Literally. I'm going to kick its ass. Alright, moving on. Twitch writes an SCP. Item number SCP-8988. Object class Uncontained. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-8988 must be administered estradiol valerate. Footnote: standard dosage for a human adult of equivalent size. Bi-weekly, and provided a standard Foundation issue blowhigh. Personnel are encouraged to report all sightings of SCP-8988 to Site Director Vriska Williams. Description: SCP-8988 superficially resembles a southern long-nosed armadillo, Dasypus hybridus, possessing an abnormally elongated abdomen. During a full moon, SCP-8988 undergoes a metamorphic process, emerging from its carapace as an immense humanoid, with mechanical augmentations resembling automatic paraweaponry. After 24 hours, its form reverts only if sufficient estradiol has been administered. Otherwise, it will exhibit defensive behavior, attempting to curl into a ball unsuccessfully, involuntarily activating its integrated paraweaponry systems. SCP-8988 is sapient and capable of speech, referring to itself as Meryl Mechanicus. Its musculature is pronounced and highly adaptable when humanoid. SCP-8988 demonstrates incredible aptitude for benching heavy weights and tactical combat, but prefers pacifism. Its origin is as yet uncertain, although lunar surveys indicate deployment from an undetermined point on the far side of the moon, near an anomalous mechanite hormone factory. Addendum 8988-1. Interview log. Begin log.
Why are you so buff? Maybe I was designed according to these specifications set by Juan herself. Also drugs. But who is Juan? Transgender.
End log. Afterward, here's where we derailed. Praise Juan. Addendum 8988-2. Pataphysical implications and you. Research has indicated that unusual sharks are becoming SCP-8988 instances, a species of sapient blowhigh. They love women, money, and crabs. SCP-8988 is aware of its origin as the messiah of trans joy. According to all known laws of pataphysics, SCP-8988 should die. However, it is protected by love from SCP-8988 and the Twitch chat. Praise Juan. Juan is the whole. Wow, wow. I didn't know that Juan had spread beyond a Cheerno TV. I thought that was just a thing that Cheerno did. Wow. Oh boy. Stretch. Did you get blow high at IKEA? I think I've been in an IKEA once in my life. I think I've seen an IKEA once in my life. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. You fucking in the middle of nowhere, man. Get out of here, Yosh. He's been banished. No room here. Alrighty, I have 3 more articles that we can speed through super quick. And maybe I'll add something else onto it. So that we can get it done before 8. Next up on the list is this one right. Yeah. Make sure I'm not still a robot. No problem at all of these players. I do not understand. My apologies. My apologize. All right. Moving on. For your birthday. Item number SCP-8220. SCP-8220. Object class Safe. Special containment procedures. Foundation staff may request access to SCP-8220. Description: SCP-8220 is a 3-layered vanilla cake with strawberry and blueberry toppings. A plastic ornament reading "Happy Birthday" is partially buried inside SCP-8220 and can only be removed by an individual on their birthday. This ornament contains a message addressed to the individual from an emotionally significant figure in their life, including the following: close relatives, including those recently deceased. Footnote: see Addendum 8220.1. Romantic partners, close friends, role models. The described flavor of SCP-8220 varies by individual. Addendum 8220.1. Test logs. The following results have been observed during testing of SCP-8220. Subject: Eleanor Danry, 28, female. Message: I'll always love you, Ellie. Give us a call soon, okay? Described flavor: a bit too sweet, but in a good way, like Mom's. Subject: James Harper, 48, male. Message: We're your family now, Jim. We got you no matter what. Described flavor: sour, but the aftertaste is better. Like honey. Subject: Rebecca Maynor, 51, female. Message: we love and care for you more than anything. It will get better. Described flavor: flavorless. And they tried so hard too. Subject: Connor Austin, 23, male. Message: it wasn't your fault. Described flavor: burnt. Well, that was a little depressing there. Sheesh. Oh, hey. Something of a dying breed in this is something I will say that is actually I have an actual problem with modern SCPs. A lot of the times, the footnote section isn't available. I don't think it's in any of these, but a lot of SCPs that I've been reading for more recent, a lot of the time, the more recent SCPs, the footnote, you click on it to go to where all the footnotes are listed, and it doesn't go. And there is no tab for footnotes, there's just nothing. You can only get to the footnote when you scroll over the little number. Number? That is an actual problem that I've been having. Let me break my own back real quick. Feels great, man. Alrighty, how's everybody doing? We're closing up on the last 2 articles that I have picked out. Not necessarily the last 2 articles we will read, because I'm going to seem to have about an hour. so maybe we will continue. Alrighty. Moving along. Move along. Move along. Embody. Item number SCP-8993. Object class Safe. Special containment procedures. Due to SCP-8993's tendency to shatter when observed, the Department of Unreality may contain SCP-8993 if it so chooses. Description: SCP-8993 is an object which cannot be described visually, due to being mostly invisible and having an unusual shape. SCP-8993 is often described as sharp and intimidating. However, the object is perfectly safe for an observer to approach. On rare occasions, SCP-8993 will split into two beings, a core and a satellite. Due to the fact that the emergence of a satellite is typically violent, the core will often be easier to visibly observe, due to its lower body being drenched in liquid. Upon separating itself from the core, the satellite will attempt to crawl its way to the stars. When its shape prevents it from doing so, the satellite instance will shatter. While the SCP-8993 core will regain what was lost, it will never regain its shape. Wowie. It's about, I don't know, the separation between the visualized idea and the realization of the idea. Oh. And the disconnect between them. Also, hello, Game & Train. Yeah, thanks once again to Freddy for being super generous today and gifting out a bunch of memberships. How you doing, Game & Train? This is the last article I have, personally. But, I have way more time left over than I thought I would. Good, you doing pretty good. I'm back on the upswing, so I'm getting back into the roll of things. Streaming, reading, doing all that good stuff. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, enjoy the emotes. I think they are very well made. Thanks to the talented artist, who is also the clothing designer for most of Weeble's outfits except for the standard one. Glad you're doing well too, thank you. Yeah, the scientist outfit, made by the same artist. A round of applause for them. They do a lot of work for the channel. I love them very much. Alrighty. Next. Oh, excuse me, I'm suddenly drowning. Oh, man. Sorry, I accidentally inhaled a drink of water. Eesh. Alright. See something, say something. Item number SCP-7161. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Entry to the ancillary building of the Horus City Hall is forbidden to all personnel without 4/7161 certification. No more than 2 people at a time may be granted 4/7161 certification. The door and surrounding fencing are both to be locked, and the exterior of the facility is not to be maintained. Like live surveillance footage of the exterior is to be continually tracked via hidden camera. A plainclothes guard is to be continually posted within 400 meters of the ancillary building. No cameras are to be placed in the interior or filming into it. A Foundation bot, Coalesce.aic, will continually monitor Horus social media accounts for mentions of certain stories. When a significant increase in their discussion is documented, 5 more plainclothes guards will be stationed in Horus for the next month. Description: SCP-7161 refers to 2 wooden crates found in the first-floor supply closet of the ancillary building of the Horus, North Dakota City Hall. The smaller crate, SCP-7161-1, is cubic. Each side measures approximately 23 centimeters. A length of narrow rubber hose protrudes from a circular hole in the crate and through the wooden floorboards of the supply closet. While attempting to discover where the hose led, a previously undocumented basement was discovered. The height of the basement's walls are 8 feet, and the floor is dirt. The hose protrudes through the ceiling of the basement and outputs about 10 cc of fluid per hour, which drips into the soil. The source and content of this fluid is classified by O5 order. Before entry to the ancillary building was restricted, occasional noises were reported from the interior of SCP-7161-1. The content of these reports is classified by O5 order. The larger crate, SCP-7161-2, measures 2 meter by 0.8 meter by 0.6 meter. The sides of the crate are stained, consistent with a large amount of fluid accreting in its interior. Occasionally, 1 to 2 civilians will attempt to breach the Horus City Hall ancillary building. Before these attempts, public discussion of certain stories tends to increase approximately 3-fold across Horus. Public discussion of certain stories tends to increase approximately 3-fold across Horus. These stories include, among others, The Green Knight, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, The Book of Judith, The Green Ribbon, David and Goliath, The Redacted of John the Baptist. Both crates are stenciled on their sides with the words SCP Foundation Department of Abnormalities. No department by that name has ever existed. Whoa. Bro, that's crazy. Alright. Staging project. Let's get what we're going to be reading next setup. Jugs. SAFE-J, truly the safest SCP? Let me go find that. I've grabbed one long one to add. Oh wow, that is truly a safe. That is 2. Alright, I think I've got... three more here that we can do. In fact, 3 ones that were just added to the read list. Also maybe Toffet. Alright. This article, it was a good article, but however, we are actually done with it. How are you doing, Aki? We'll be moving on to... actually should add these over here. ARR 1320. Sorry, I'm hiding it because it brings up my search history whenever I do this. Florida gray. Asset Florida 0. SCP-089. Alright. Unhide. Save. A GOI piece, indeed. Valraven, I believe, is the name of this. Yeah, Valraven Corporation. We feast on the battlefield. Open up a new project. I'll be dealing with that later. All the audio processing. For now, we are going to take a quick break because we've been going for an hour. I'd like to rest my voice a little bit. So get up, walk around, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. We will be right back. I return. Oops. Bum 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 bum. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Content warning. War crimes, violence, political violence, mass murder, crimes against humanity. Yeah, that sounds like war profiteering. Alright, anyway. How y'all doing? We got about 40 minutes to an hour. I think we can get these done. We'll be doing ARR 1320, SCP-SAFE-J, Asset Florida Orange, Asset Florida Gray, Asset Florida 0, and SCP-089. SCP-89. I guess I should say 089. It's probably better to say 089 than SCP-89. 089? 089. Yeah. SCP-089. Anyway, we need to come up with a different reading style because this is a GOI. This is not SCP. It would be a little weird if I were to read this the exact same way that I read SCP articles. Florida. Yeah, Florida. ARR 1320. Jagaltaya. That's a little bit obnoxious. Even I can already feel that being very obnoxious. ARR 1320. Chakaltaya. We feast on the battlefield. A warning from the High Table. The following information is property of the Valraven Corporation, and its access is reserved only for members of the High Table and authorized personnel. Employees of the Valraven Corporation not authorized to view the following document will incur a violation of Statute 47 of the Code, and be sanctioned accordingly. This may include termination of employment in the Valraven Corporation. Non-employees viewing the following document will be considered acceptable collateral damage, ACD, according to the company's information protection policy. Odina Yithirala. That okay? One second, I have to go press the beeping button. It's doing the thing an hour late today. I go press it. So I return. How is this voice for Valraven, though? The following information is property of the Valraven Corporation, and its access is reserved only for members of the High Table and authorized personnel. What was that? It was a beeping button. It happens every day. I have to go press it to make it stop beeping. I think this might be the voice that we use. Make it distinct from UIU. A warning from the High Table. The following information is property of the Valraven Corporation, and its access is reserved only for members of the High Table and authorized personnel. That's UIU. Yes, I think that will be the one that I use. All right. ARR 1320. Chakaltaya. We feast on the battlefield. A warning from the High Table. The following information is property of the Valraven Corporation, and its access is reserved only for members of the High Table and authorized personnel. Employees of the Valraven Corporation not authorized to view the following document will incur a violation of Statute 47 of the Code and be sanctioned accordingly. This may include termination of employment in the Valraven Corporation. Non-employees viewing the following document will be considered acceptable collateral damage, ACD, according to the company's information protection policy. Odina Itherala. After Action Report number 1320 regarding the Chacaltaya incident during the 2019 Bolivian crisis. Background. Due to political instability during the last decades, LATAM has become a breeding ground for armed militant groups. The region has a long history of esoteric and thaumaturgic traditions, dating back to pre-Columbian times, which was only partially suppressed by the arrival of Christian and secular culture. This has facilitated the adoption of anomaly-based asymmetrical warfare on the part of militant groups. The armed group Las Víboras is a left-wing guerrilla organization known to be active across all LATAM. It possesses a decentralized structure, with small cells operating independently of each other. Many of its integrants are former members of the Serpent's Hand. However, the Serpent's Hand does not seem to support nor condone Las Víboras. There is presumably an ideological breach between the two groups, with Las Víboras being more involved with local politics and liberation theology. The expertise of Las Víboras in thaumaturgical warfare positions them as one of the most dangerous anomalous armed groups for local governments, which in turn had responded by hiring the services of specialized military contractors. During the past years, Valraven had led a successful military campaign on behalf of local governments against Las Víboras, deploying a strategy of cutting their supply lines, terminating their social support, and targeting key elements of their organization. The operation has been assessed to be carried out efficiently, and collateral damage has been deemed acceptable. In the Cartagena Agreement, both the GOC and SCP-F recognized the importance of Valraven's involvement in local political stability against veil-breaking anomalous armed groups. For this reason, they sanctioned our operations as long as we vowed to preserve the veil, restricted the deployment of anomalous weapons only against anomalous targets, and share relevant intelligence. Valraven agreed to these terms wholeheartedly. The 2019 Bolivian political crisis led to a period of social unrest and clashes between local military and police with protesters. Las Víboras started carrying out attacks against Bolivian military and police, with the intention of disrupting their riot control capabilities. These attacks included the destruction of military hardware by thaumaturgical means, and the intimidation of several state agents. Due to the last administration's refusal of allowing Valraven's operations inside the country, Bolivia was one of the last safe havens for Las Víboras activities. The interim government requested Valraven's intervention against Las Víboras. A counterinsurgency campaign was promptly initiated. Video evidence of Las Víboras activity. Incident 381. Video log. Date: March 23rd, 2019. Note: evidence of anomalous terrorist activity during a confrontation between Bolivian military and protesters in front of Pinal de San Pedro. Footage recovered from a security camera on a nearby building. Begin log. 1931-03. A multitude of demonstrators has gathered outside the Penal. A Bolivian Army's armored car arrives at the scene. 1932-10. A soldier from inside the car seems to be speaking through a megaphone. He presumably demands the crowd to retreat. 1932-55. A woman emerges from the multitude and approaches the armored car. She seems to be trying to say something to the soldiers. In response, the armored car starts slowly driving towards her. 1933-14. As the armored car is reaching her, the woman seems to mutter to herself, while she performs a gesture with her hands. The car suddenly bursts into flames. 2 soldiers escape from the vehicle and start rolling on the ground to put off the fire on their clothes. End log. Incident 399. Video log. Date: April 12th, 2019. Note: another security camera recording. Possible therianthrope captured on camera. Begin log. 22:33:01. A tall man is crossing the street. A police van suddenly enters the frame. 22:34:11. Several police officers emerge from the van and subdue the tall man. They drag him into the van and close the door. 22:34:54. The van suddenly starts shaking violently. The door breaks violently and 2 police officers are thrown from it at high speed. 22:35:07. An animalistic figure emerges from the van and rapidly exits the frame. Low quality of the recording prevents further identification. End log. Incident 404. Video log. Video log. Date: April 18th, 2019. Note: security footage from the office of Commander Blank of La Paz Police Force. Begin log. 1:17:28. Blank is at his desk, seemingly doing paperwork. 1:17:28. The lights suddenly turn off. When they turn on again, a woman has appeared in front of the desk. 1:19:18. Blank reaches for his gun. The lights flicker again, and the woman is now right next to him. She disarms him with a wrist lock. 1:20:20. Blank tries to punch the woman. She makes a hand movement and he freezes. He starts levitating as if something was pulling him from his neck. She whispers something to his ear. The lights flicker again, and she has disappeared. Blank falls to the ground. Note: Commander Blank resigned the next day. End log. Incident overview. The first part of the campaign consisted of the disruption of Las Víboras' supply chain and social support base. Several known support bases in the Bolivian countryside were targeted with surgical precision. Suspected members of Las Víboras were also retrieved for interrogation, which led to crucial information on the location of the remaining Las Víboras strongholds. The operation was concluded with as minimal collateral damage as possible. Records from Operation against Las Víboras. Operation 454. Video log. Date: May 17th, 2019. Note: neutralization of Las Víboras support base. San Vicente. A small church in the outskirts of La Paz was identified as a hub for Las Víboras logistics support. Parishioners were suspected of providing them with food, ammunition, and materials for thaumaturgic rituals. Since no anomalous activity was found in the location, following the Cartagena Agreement, only conventional firepower was authorized. Recording from drone. Begin log. 152203. Aerial footage of the zone. The church rooftop is in the center of the frame. A multitude of people can be seen entering the church. 153015. All people have already entered the building. 155711. The drone sends missiles to the church. Flames engulf the building. 160514. Dust and smoke clear, revealing the still burning remains of the structure. Note: the hour for the attack was decided to be at the most populous mass of the day, with the intention of maximizing casualties casualties among Las Vibras support base. Miners and other non-combatants have been deemed acceptable collateral damage. End log. Operation 488. Video log. Date: May 24th, 2019. Note: interrogation of Artemio Sol, Las Vibras collaborator. Artemio Sol practices a form of minor thaumaturgical traditional medicine which, according to the Cartagena Agreement, designates him as an acceptable target for anomalous warfare. A Valkyrie unit was dispatched and extracted Sol from his residence. He was moved to a secured location for interrogation. Begin log. Artemio Sol is tied to a chair. A black sack covers his head. Valkyrie 626 approaches him and removes the sack.
Where am I? Who the hell are you? Please remain calm. You are currently under the care of the Valraven Corporation. You have been selected for a brief session of questions. We beg your collaboration. Would you provide a complete list of Las Vibras collaborators in La Paz? Jódete, maldito cuervo. You won't get anything from me.
Valkyrie 626 takes Artemio's left hand and crushes it. Artemio screams as his fingers break.
We deeply regret any inconvenience we may be causing you. Please, cooperate with us. Piala is libre. Ah!
Valkyrie 626 breaks Artemio's other hand. Note: Artemio showed a remarkable resistance to traditional interrogation. Due to his anomalous properties, he was eligible for anomalously enhanced interrogation. After a dose of serum from Scotty's snakes, his disposition towards collaboration improved drastically. The identity and location of most Las Vibras supporters was obtained. This information allowed the neutralization of practically all of Las Vibras' support base in La Paz. End log. After a rapid offensive on our part against their remaining bases, Las Vibras regrouped in the abandoned ski resort of Chacaltaya. Once a popular tourist destination, it was abandoned when the glacier melted in 2009. Around 40 Las Vibras members fortified themselves in the Club Andino Boliviano Stone Lodge. Of these 40 individuals, around 20 are believed to be active combatants. The group also includes at least 3 thaumaturges that were identified as the POI 678, Lorena Soles Perez, a pyromancer. POI 789, Gabriel Baruch Guerrero, a Jaguar Therian thrope of the Nahual type. And POI 477, Cristina Cisneros Itzcali, Cristina Cisneros Itzcayi, ex-member of the Serpent's Hand, and presumed to be the group's leader. The apprehension of Cisneros has been an important goal of Valraven within the The apprehension of Cisneros has been an important goal of Valraven in the few years, giving the mission a more urgent character. Additional information on POI. POI 678. Name: Lorena Soles Perez. Alias: La Chica de Humo. Starfire. Nationality: Bolivian. Abilities: Pyromancy, Marksmanship. Background: Born in a poor neighborhood in La Paz, she developed a natural talent for pyromancy, which she employed as a street entertainer. This drew the attention of SCP-F, who in turn tried to contain her. She escaped with help of the Serpent's Hand, and eventually became involved with Las Víboras. POI 789. Name: Gabriel Baruch Guerrero Ba. Alias: Puma Nabalam. Nationality: Mexican. Abilities: Therientropy. Can transform into a jaguar human hybrid. Background: Born in a rural village in Yucatan. He was taught the ways of Nahual therientropy by his family. He, alongside other therianthropes, opposed criminal groups which invaded the area, in the context of a conflict for the control of trade routes of the anomalous drug known as Archangel. This drew the attention of Mexican authorities, and a subsequent crackdown on therianthrope activity in the region. He escaped, and eventually became a member of Las Víboras. POI 477. Name: Close Cristina Cisneros Itzcayi. Alias: La Comandanta. La Bruja. Nationality: Mexican. Abilities: General Thaumaturgy. The current extent of her abilities is unknown. Background: Information on Cisneros' early life is limited. She became a member of the Serpent's Hand at a young age, demonstrating a natural proficiency in thaumaturgy. At some point, she entered into conflict with the leadership of the Serpent's Hand for unknown reasons. She left the group in the possession of stolen books from the Wanderer's library, a serious offense. She played an important role in the formation and leadership of the insurgent group, Las Víboras, and is currently wanted by many international authorities and criminal groups. The mission had the primary objective of terminating the last organized armed presence of Las Víboras in the country. The secondary objective was the retrieval of the 3 POI alive, with an emphasis on Cisneros. An initial offensive consisted of heavy fire from 3 attack helicopters. The defenders had cast a kinetic protective shell over the structure, so the fire was not expected to be effective. However, it provided cover while armored vehicles approached the structure, carrying 3 squads of 20 soldiers each. As the kinetic spell began to lose strength, pyromancy was used against the helicopters. One was heavily damaged and had to be withdrawn from battle. Foot troops engaged in fire exchange with the insurgents. Meanwhile, a squad of Chiron units had been deployed from the mountainside. The mobile advantage of the Chiron model allowed them to traverse the difficult terrain and attack the enemy from a position they were not defending. A Valkyrie shock troop squad was kept on reserve as special support. Upon being attacked by the Chiron squad, the defendant quickly improvised a response. The Therianthrope left the building and engaged our Chiron units in close combat, while receiving fire support from the enemies inside the lodge. 2 of our Chiron units were destroyed by this offensive. The Valkyrie squad was then deployed against the Therianthrope. The Valkyrie troops' close combat cybernetic enhancements and state-of-the-art melee weaponry proved effective against the Therianthrope, and it retreated into the lodge, with Valraven forces proceeding to chase it. However, the advance was stalled by supporting fire from the defendants. When troops finally entered, they found the building empty. At this point, it became clear that the defendants had been stalling our advance in order to complete a transportation spell, which is presumed to have been successful. Aftermath. At the end of the battle, the enemy suffered 17 casualties, of which 13 were active combatants. None of them were the Thaumaturges. We lost 5 soldiers and 2 Chiron units. We managed to end Los Vibros activities in the region with minimal casualties. This was also the first deployment of the Chiron unit in combat. While the performance exceeded expectations in the mobility area, the Chiron model shows vulnerability in close-range combat, specifically against adversaries with superhuman capabilities. Tier Project R&D should consider developing an alternative model with close combat enhancements in the manner of the Valkyries. The mission was only partially successful since the secondary objective of apprehending Cristina Cisneros and the other POI was not achieved. Analysis of the teleportation ritual suggests that the destination was another plane, possibly the Wanderer's Library, far outside the scope of our current operations. This confirms the desperation of Las Vibras against our offensive, considering their tense relationship with the Serpent's Hand. They would not retreat to the library unless it was their only option. How these two groups will interact in the immediate future remains an intriguing question. Nevertheless, Las Vibras operations in the area have been disrupted to a point that it will take years to recover, if ever. After Bolivia's 2020's elections, our activities in the country have been suspended. However, the success of our operation has awoken the interest of other governments, both in the region and overseas in our services. Herr Torsten, Commander of the 13th Armored Division. HT, Virtual Meeting Transcript.
Seems that the Chiron model has some important opportunity areas for improvement. There is always a trade-off when deciding what to improve. It was never meant to engage in that type of close combat, however, Torsten's suggestion is intriguing. I will ask Tier Project to look into it. We still failed to get Cisneros. This may not necessarily be negative from a financial standpoint. While pacifying the region is our mission, too much peace is not conducive to business. In the end, fear is still our biggest selling point. Having a boogeyman like Cisneros at large can be an excellent motivator for our clients. However, we will eventually have to replace her with someone we control. It is also hardly a surprise. Runus had foreseen a result in that line, and Cisneros has proven to be very resourceful in the past. It seems that the Norns still want us to continue our little dance with her. Who would have thought that someone so apparently inconsequential would become an important player? Fate can sometimes be curious. But what are we if not servants of fate and profit? Speaking of profit, we are projected to grow in 8% in the next year, as low intensity anomalous warfare becomes commonplace. The adoption of anomalous warfare by criminal groups is making many governments nervous, and established anomaly control agencies are having a hard time adapting. The South Asian market is set to become the next big front in our expansion. SCP-F surely are missing the days when the Chicago Spirit was their only preoccupation. They should be glad they had us to tend their backyard. If we handle this situation right, we can sell Valraven as the future of anomalous security, the privatization of normalcy. We feast on the battlefield so you can feast on McDonald's. I like it. Gentlemen, this has been an excellent meeting as usual. Let's not forget that war is our business, but profiting from it is also our sacred duty. As fate commands it. Udina Yuzerala.
Yippee! That was crazy. I like the oration. Oh, this specific type of reading. It's also pretty good, however, it is actually quite stressful on the throat. It kind of hurts now. But that's okay. You know why? Because I have to suck it up and keep reading because we have more articles to read. And I'm going to be speeding through with little time in between to talk because I have 22 minutes. So. Some safes. Item number. SCP-SAFE-J. Object class. Safe, Euclid, and Keter. Special containment procedures. The dangers and difficulties of the safe and unsafe aspects of SCP-SAFE-J are still being determined. Please use your safest judgment when dealing with SCP-SAFE-J-A, the safe component of SCP-SAFE-J. SCP-SAFE-J-B, the Euclid component of SCP-SAFE-J. And SCP-SAFE-J-C, the Keter component of SCP-SAFE-J. Description: SCP-SAFE-J is a set of 3 safes, all blank brand safes, which are visually identical to each other. SCP-SAFE-J-A is a safe safe, SCP-SAFE-J-B is a Euclid safe, and SCP-SAFE-J-C is a Keter safe. Whilst the safety of each safe is implied by its object class, whether safe or not safe, the practical safety of each safe is outlined below. The safe safe is safe for testing, and needs no extensive containment. The safe safe is safe, so long as it's not near the Keter safe, in which case only the safe safe can return the Euclid safe back to safe. The Keter safe is never safe. Its in-progress containment procedures attempt to keep this safe as the safe safe, but the Keter safe will never be as safe as the safe safe or the Euclid safe. Current staff assigned to the SCP-SAFE-J safes are Dr. Safe, Dr. Euclid, and Dr. Keter. Dr. Safe is in charge of the safe safe. Dr. Euclid is in charge of the Euclid safe. And Dr. Keter helps with both the safe safe and the Euclid safe. The Keter safe is overseen by all 3 doctors, and it takes the combined efforts of Dr. Safe, Dr. Euclid, and Dr. Keter to ensure that the Keter safe is as safe as Dr. Safe's safe safe, and Dr. Euclid's Euclid safe. Recently, it's been found that micro-scale microwave emissions into Euclidean space by Keter safe can heat up and thaw out food, drink, and other groupings of items that would be considered a meal. The meals thawed by the Keter safe's ability to thaw meals are designated SCP-Safe. The meals thawed by the Keter safe's ability to thaw meals are designated SCP-Safe-J. The meals thawed by the Keter safe's ability to thaw meals are designated SCP-Safe-J-D, and can be used to keep the Keter safe safe. And can be used to keep the Keter safe safe, giving the thawed meals a Thaumiel object class. Thaumiel thawed meals are to be used. Thaumiel thawed meals are safe to use on Dr. Safe's safe safe, Dr. Euclid's Euclid safe, and Dr. Safe Euclid and Ketter's unsafe Keter safe. The safety of the Doctor's Keter safe's Euclidean intrusion of macroscale and microwave emissions, and the safety of Thaumiel meals thawed by its ability to thaw meals, have been confirmed to be safe, but not safe, by Dr. Safe, Dr. Euclid, and Dr. Keter. Safe to say, when all components of SCP-SAFE-J are safely contained, Dr. Safe safe, Dr. Euclid's Euclid safe, Dr. Safe Euclid and Ketter's Keter safe, and the safe Thaumiel thawed meals caused by the safe, but not safe, macroscale microwave emissions into Euclidean space, by the Dr. Safe Euclid and Ketter's unsafe Keter safe. The whole entity of SCP-SAFE-J is considered safe. I'm feeling really safe right now. That was fun. Alrighty. I don't got a lot of wind down time, so moving on. Asset, Florida Orange. From TD Moose at scp.int. From TD Moose at scp.int. 2. MI Verson at scp.int. Subject, need your help. Hello. As much as I hate to request your services, I'm afraid I no longer have a choice. There is growing distrust of management among the rank and file due to the repeated containment breaches in the past few months. And many are threatening to quit if we don't do something soon. We just cannot afford to hire more security and task force units. They will simply end up getting mowed down by whatever monster we have to contain next week. I need you to make them happy. Director Tilda D. Moose, Site 19 Director. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at scp.int to TD Moose at scp.int. Subject, need your help. Dearest Director Moose, as you wish. Your friend, Michelle Iverson, Site 19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. Access Asset, Florida Orange. Item Number, SCP-999. Object Class, Thaumiel. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-999 is to be kept in a hermetically sealed tank, with oleophobic material coating the display glass. Said tank is to measure 4 meters in height and 3 meters in width. The top of the tank has been custom built to compress for harvesting, and additionally has a grinder installed at its bottom for collection purposes. Personnel assigned to SCP-999 harvesting duties are to open the hatch at the bottom of the object's containment tank and collect the fallen chunks. Designated SCP-999-1. After the object has been pressed down into the grinder, soundproof earphones are to be made available to all assigned personnel. SCP-999 is to be fed 50,000 calories worth of sweets immediately following harvest in order to recuperate its mass. Description: SCP-999 is a large, amorphous, gelatinous mass of translucent orange slime, weighing approximately 54 kilograms. Its surface possesses a thin membrane, which prevents the slime from spilling out while it moves. Touching SCP-999 inflicts a near-instant sensation of euphoria, which intensifies the longer one is exposed to the object, and lasts long after separation. SCP-999-1 refers to SCP-999-1 refers to harvested SCP-999 offal. From A. Bailey at SCP.int. 2. M. Iverson at SCP.int. Subject: we love it. Howdy. We received the first shipment of the Florida package the other day, and I'm surprised to say it's a hit. I don't know how Director Moose knew everyone would love orange cream soda, but I'm so glad they did. Needless to say, keep them coming, Mrs. Iverson. Anders Bailey, Site 19 Culinary Department. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at SCP.int to R. Williams at SCP.int. Subject: does 999 feel pain when we juice it? Dearest Researcher Williams, I understand your concerns for SCP-999's well-being, but I can guarantee that it does not feel a thing as a result of our SCP-999-1 extraction process. If anything, have you noticed how its tank shakes during extraction? That's SCP-999 enjoying the tickles it feels when the machine is running. However, I do recommend you and your team keep their air protection on while extracting its joy juice. The sound of heavy machinery can be extremely harmful to one's auditory health. Your friend, Michelle Iverson, Site 19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. And that's just stage 1. Oh, he loves it! Can't you hear the screams of joy? Oh my god. They're pulping SCP-999. They're pulping him. They're juicing my boy. Oh. Alright, next. Asset, Florida Gray. From TD Moose at SCP.End. To M. Iverson at SCP.End. Subject, supply chain issues. Hello again. As much as we both know I hate this, I need your help. Again. We've been noticing a reduction in the shipments of Florida. Orange. At first, I was concerned that we would see a return to previous levels of employee dissatisfaction. While we haven't seen a noticeable downturn, there have been numerous complaints regarding running out of Florida Orange, including multiple physical outbursts that have required temporary restraint. Of otherwise non-violent Foundation researchers. I cannot afford to handle an insurrection simply because we do not have enough Florida Orange to go around. Tell me that you can do something about this. Tilda D. Moose, Director, Site 19. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at SCP.End. To T.D. Moose at SCP.End. Subject, supply chain issues. Dearest Director Moose, would you like the reason behind the issue, or would you like me to find a solution? Your friend, Michelle Iverson, Site 19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. From TD Moose at SCP.End. To M. Iverson at SCP.End. Subject, supply chain issues. The solution. The less I know, the better. Tilda D. Moose, Director, Site 19. Secure, contain, protect. Access Asset, Florida Gray. By the order of the Fire Suppression Department, access to the following file is limited to the Fire Suppression Department. Unauthorized access is forbidden. SCP-999. Item Number SCP-999. Object Class Thaumiel Neutralized. Special Containment Procedures. The remains of SCP-999 are to be kept in the secure FSD containment facility in a hermetically sealed box, with no official records available to researchers. SCP-999's public documentation is not to be modified. SCP-999's public documentation is not to be modified without direct approval of the FSD. In addition, any requests or complaints regarding SCP-999 are to be forwarded directly to Department Head Iverson. Under no circumstances should the rest of the Foundation learn of SCP-999's neutralization. Description: SCP-999 was a large gelatinous mass that caused near-instant euphoria when touched. SCP-999-1 referred to the harvested offal of SCP-999 that was used in the production of Asset Florida Orange. Following the debut and initial distribution of Asset Florida Orange, Site 19 saw an 85% reduction in employee complaints, and an overall increase in employee satisfaction by 43%. Despite initial reports stating that euphoria remained in subjects long after consumption, due to the rush of endorphins caused by SCP-999-1. When the effect faded, subjects face greater mental distress. As a result, over 95% of Site-19 has become addicted to SCP-999-1, and demand increased to the point where production was unable to keep up. As a result of over-harvesting of SCP-999 to meet the new demand, the anomaly was neutralized following an emergency harvest. SCP-999 was found to be non-responsive, and has since failed to show any signs of regeneration or life. Addendum 1. Asset Florida Gray. Due to the neutralization of SCP-999, it is no longer possible to produce additional SCP-999-1. At the present time, the remaining inventory is as follows. Product: unprocessed SCP-999-1. Remaining inventory: approximately 50 kilograms. Product: processed asset Florida Orange. Remaining inventory: approximately 300 gallons. It is estimated that at the current rate of demand, the supply will be depleted within approximately 2 months. The supply will be depleted within approximately 2 months' time. As a result, the creation of an alternative product is required. Production of Florida Gray is to begin at Site-19 within 6 months, with multiple processing machines to be installed within the site's utility tunnels. It is expected that Florida Gray will be able to meet the demand levels at Site-19, without the need to expend the remaining Florida Orange stores. Asset Florida Gray. Asset Florida Gray refers to a product replacing Asset Florida Orange, and the processing facilities utilized in its creation. Tests determined that the chemical and anomalous compounds that cause the euphoric effects of Asset Florida Orange persist within waste products at a concentration of 95%. Processing facilities have been installed and integrated into Site-19's plumbing systems. These systems process all wastewater from Site-19, and are able to extract this product from waste materials, which are recycled into Asset Florida Gray. Due to the sustainable nature of Florida Gray, it is expected to permanently address the supply chain issues. From A. Bailey at SCP.int to M. Iverson at SCP.int. Subject: I don't believe it. Howdy again. I don't know how you did it again, but the new Florida package is an even bigger hit. The carbonation was delightfully unexpected, and it reminds us all of the old version. Glad to see shipments resuming, even with a new formulation. And as Bailey, Site-19 Culinary Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at SCP.int to TD Moose at SCP.int. Subject: supply chain issues. Dearest Director Moose, I hope that the supply chain issues have been resolved. Just don't let anybody see or hear the machines. Your friend, Michelle Iverson, Site-19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. This is getting pretty dire. Shit's getting pretty rough out here. Alright, one sec. I'm going to finish the ones that I've already got set up. We will cross the 8 o'clock barrier, that's okay. I'm turning off my alarm. I will have to leave immediately after we're done, though. Moving right in. Asset Florida 0. From TD Moose at SCP.int to M. Iverson at SCP.int. Subject: Asset Florida Gray issues. I need you to do something about this. I saw some FSD maintenance workers taking one of the Asset Florida Gray machines away for repairs. That was a month ago. Where is our Florida Gray? Tilda D. Moose, Director, Site 19. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at SCP.int. To TD Moose at SCP.int. Subject: Asset Florida Gray issues. Dearest Director Moose, you will not be getting the machines back, nor any shipments of Florida Orange or Florida Gray. Do not be concerned, you won't need them anymore. Your friend, Michelle Iverson, Site 19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Secure, contain, protect. Access Asset Florida 0. By the order of the Fire Suppression Department, access to the following file is limited to the Fire Suppression Department. Unauthorized access is forbidden. Item number: SCP-999. Object Class: Thaumiel Neutralized. Thaumiel. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-999-1 processing facilities are to be installed in every Foundation site, as ensuring access to SCP-999-1 by all Foundation employees is tantamount to containment. Once per month, all Foundation employees are welcomed to attend the mandatory blood donation, with suggested donations ranging from 1 to 2 pints. It is critical that all Foundation employees remain sufficiently hydrated at all times. Description: SCP-999 refers to a species of cellular slime mold which originated from the neutralized SCP-999-X, an amorphous orange gelatinous mass. SCP-999 instances, when consumed orally, enter into a mutualistic relationship with their host. In exchange for the nutrients required for SCP-999 instances to mature, SCP-999 instances secrete endorphins that cause instantaneous, persistent, and continual sensations of euphoria and overall happiness. SCP-999 instances are found within a solution known as Asset Florida 0, a necessary part of the SCP-999 reproductive process. Addendum 1. Asset Florida 0. Asset Florida 0 refers to both the product replacing Asset Florida Orange and Asset Florida Gray, and all other variants or derivatives, and the processing facilities utilized in its creation. Tests have determined that the efficacy, permanency, and potency of Asset Florida 0 is multitudes greater than that of previous formulations, as well as the original effects of SCP-999-X. Processing facilities and blood donation centers are to be installed in every Foundation site within the next year. In 80% of Foundation sites, processing facilities have already been installed and integrated directly into all plumbing and water filtration systems within the site. Asset Florida 0 is entirely self-sufficient after the initial installation, and has reduced Foundation mental health services usage by over 99.8%. Due to the overwhelming benefits and the sustainable nature of Florida 0, it is expected to permanently address all Foundation hydration needs. SCP-999 Life Cycle. The SCP-999 reproductive life cycle is what allows the anomalous properties of Asset Florida 0. This process is detailed below. 1. Initial Asset Florida 0 solution is to be distributed into a given Foundation site's water supply and filtration systems once Asset Florida 0 processing facilities are functional. 2. SCP-999 instances are consumed through oral ingestion of Asset Florida 0, a fluid that is nearly indistinguishable from water. 3. SCP-999 instances enter into a mutualistic relationship with their human hosts, exchanging nutrients for endorphins. SCP-999 instances mature within a human host over a 14-day period. 4. During the monthly mandatory blood donation, between 1 pint and 1 gallon of blood. Footnote: this amount of blood carries between 1 million to 1 billion SCP-999 instances. Will be collected from each Foundation employee and pumped to Asset Florida Zero processing stations. 5. SCP-999 rich blood is converted into Asset Florida Zero via the SCP-999 maturation process. The resulting product is produced at a 3-to-1 ratio, with 3 gallons of Asset Florida Zero produced per gallon consumed. SCP-999 instances are now ready to begin the cycle again. It is estimated that by the end of the year, all Foundation sites will feature fully integrated Asset Florida Zero processing. All Foundation sites will feature fully integrated Asset Florida Zero processing centers. Within the next 12 months, the Foundation will be able to provide potable water to all of humanity. Projections estimate that a total replacement of all water on Earth by Asset Florida Zero will take between 3 to 5 years at the current rates. This is a good thing. From TD Moose at SCP.Int. 2. M. Iverson at SCP.Int. Subject: what did you do to me? What the fuck did you do to me, Michelle? I know we're not supposed to feel them, but I can feel them. I can hear them, giggling in my sleep, the same emotions haunting me. You need to fix me. Undo what you've done. Tilda D. Moose, Director, Site-19. Secure, contain, protect. From M. Iverson at SCP.Int. 2. TD Moose at SCP.Int. Subject: Re, what did you do to me? Dearest exuberant Director Moose, I hope you will find working at the only organization boasting a 100% employee satisfaction rating a welcoming adjustment. I'm so happy that we can all share in the fun of working at one of our many incredible Foundation facilities, no matter the danger. Doesn't it feel good? Your happy friend, Michelle Iverson, Site-19 Fire Suppression Department Head. Submit. Consume. Produce. I don't know about this one, dudes. I think this might have been a bad idea. I don't know. I think that's bad, actually. The water doesn't turn the frogs gay unless you mean gay by happy. Damn. Damn, son, that's crazy. Alrighty. Stretch my legs real quick. Yikes, I know, right? I don't know, I think the Foundation may have fucked up. Good stuff. That was very good. I like that. I like those articles. They're all decent length on their own, so I don't think I'll make them one video. But they will be posted back to back in order. Obviously. Alright. We're past 8 o'clock, but I did promise I would read this one, so let's get started. Just a little, maybe a little bit. Alright. Toffet. Toffet. Item number. SCP-089. 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 Object Class Euclid. See below. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-089 is stored in a special shipping container at Site 36 and monitored for locution events. Mobile Task Force Mu-89 consisting of personnel with advanced training in linguistics, psychology, and tactical diplomacy, has been established in order to respond to such locution events. Upon the occurrence of a locution event, Mobile Task Force Mu-89 is to translate and interpret the locution, so as to identify the primary subjects of the triggering. Herein designated as SCP-089-A and SCP-089-B, then execute Protocol M8, which consists of the following steps. 1. Transport SCP-089 to SCP-089-A's location and explain Protocol M8 to SCP-089-B. And 2. At such time as SCP-089-B is prepared to voluntarily execute SCP-089-B is prepared to voluntarily execute Protocol SCP-089-B is prepared to voluntarily execute Protocol M8. Render to SCP-089-B any assistance as SCP-089-B may request. In connection with SCP-089-B, performing the following actions. Inserting SCP-089-A into the cavity together with inflammable materials such as oiled wood or charcoal, then igniting them. The successful execution of Protocol M8 requires the voluntary compliance of SCP-089-B in a sober and uncoerced state. Likewise, SCP-089-A must be conscious and alert during the execution of the protocol. It is recommended that SCP-089-B be restrained, although not sedated, following ignition, so as to avoid interference with the completion of the protocol, as the process is extremely painful and fatal to SCP-089-A. If SCP-089-B refuses to voluntarily execute Protocol M8 in accordance with the aforementioned specifications, MTF Mu-89 is to explain to the prospective. Ugh, a lot of mess ups because of all of the reading I've been doing. MTF Mu-89 is to explain the prospective consequences of failing to successfully complete the protocol, and to make every effort to persuade SCP-089-B to cooperate. If MTF Mu-89's best efforts to so persuade SCP-089-B are unsuccessful, SCP-089 is to be redesignated as Keter Class, and Protocol M9 is to be executed. Reference Document 089-M9. The use of intimidation, threats, or mind-altering drugs or intoxicants in an effort to affect SCP-089-B's free will, and any attempt to complete Protocol M8 without SCP-089-B's participation or voluntary cooperation, or otherwise other than described, are strictly prohibited, since these measures invalidate the attempted completion of the protocol, and are known to intensify the severity of the attendant Type S event. It is also recommended, although not a required part of Protocol M8, to cause the execution of Step 2 of Protocol M8 to be accompanied by the sounding of horns and percussion instruments. As doing so may mask the sounds made by SCP-089-A during the execution of the protocol. Upon a successful execution of Protocol M8, the related Type S event generally begins to abate within 7 hours. Description: SCP-089 is a glazed earthenware statue, approximately 3 meters in height, depicting a winged, bull-headed humanoid with an open mouth. The front of the statue's torso is hinged and can be opened from the top to reveal a cavity, approximately 0.6 cubic meters in volume, and can be locked from the outside. The rear of the statue bears an inscription in a Canaanite language, possibly Punic. Footnote: Dr. Blank translated an excerpt of the text as Nightmare of Moloch, Moloch the Loveless, Mental Moloch, Moloch the heavy judger of men. The statue dates from approximately the 2nd century BCE. On infrequent occasions, sometimes separated by periods in excess of a century, the statue speaks. The mechanism by which these sounds are made is not understood, and the mouth of the statue does not move. The statue's locutions are in a Canaanite language, probably the same language as the inscription, and consist of the name or a description of SCP-089-A. A demand for Protocol M8 to be accomplished, together with instructions for doing so, and a description of the attendant Type S event in figurative language. Each locution event is followed, within a period of 3 to 11 days, by the commencement of a Type S event meeting the description given in a locution event, unless Protocol M8 has already been completed. Each Type S event is an epidemic, natural disaster, mass hysteria involving genocide or other massacres, or other event involving extensive damage to property and loss of human lives over a period of time that continues until Protocol M8 is successfully completed. In the case of each documented locution event, the attendant Type S event, while significant, is limited to a geographic area that does not directly affect SCP-089-B. This has, in some documented cases, resulted in the pendency of a Type S event, resulting in the pendency of a Type S event for an extended duration of time, due to SCP-089's unawareness of SCP-089 or of Protocol M8, or to SCP-089-B's unwillingness to undertake Protocol M8 in order to arrest the Type S event. For each locution event, SCP-089-A is a healthy, unblemished human infant or child between 8 months and 6 years of age, and SCP-089-B is that child's natural mother. In all documented cases, at the time of the locution event of SCP-089-A and B are each alive and healthy, and experience a strong bond of trust and affection with each other. Following SCP-089-B's placement of SCP-089-A in the cavity and the ignition of the inflammable materials, SCP-089-A will burn and be destroyed over a period of 2 to 5 hours. Addendum 1. Memo to file from Dr. Garcia. While the role of SCP-089 in actually causing Type S events is unclear, experience has demonstrated that the prompt and precise application of Protocol M8 is effective in limiting the damage that they do. Dr. Patel has speculated that SCP-089 does not cause Type S events, but merely anticipates them and provides a means to mitigate their effects. Addendum 2. A partial list of documented Type S events that were terminated by means of Protocol M8, inclusive of documented completions of Protocol M8 that predate the Foundation's acquisition of custody of SCP-089. Follows. Date of locution: March 21st, 1788. Description of Type S event and locution event. The flames shall consume their houses, yea, and their markets, and their temples, and all of their dwelling places, they shall be destroyed. Type S event. Fire in city of blank. Outcome: Protocol M8 completed on day 29 after locution event. 66% of city's buildings destroyed. Date of locution: December 2nd, 1850. Description of Type S event and locution event. The false prophet shall gather the multitude unto him, and cast them against the princes. They shall each of them be slain, and their fields made bare. They shall each of them be slain, and their fields made barren. Type S event. Large-scale messianic-based peasant uprising in blank. Outcome: Protocol M8 completed on day 1363 after locution event. Massacres associated with uprising and its suppression, and attendant agricultural collapse, account for at least blank million casualties. Date of locution: November 23rd, 1951. Description of Type S event and locution event. The earth shall tremble, and the seas shall rise and be cast against the earth, and the mountain shall vomit fire, its voice shall be darkness and death. Type S event: earthquake and volcanic eruption in blank. Outcome: Protocol M8 executed within 31 hours of Protocol M8 executed within 31 hours of locution event. No tsunami resulted, although geological models had anticipated that one would occur from a seismic event in that area. No fatalities. Date of locution: November 7th, 1970. Description of Type S event and locution event. The rains shall scour the earth and sweep away man and his beasts and all his works. The deluge shall take them all. Type S event: cyclone in blank. Outcome: Protocol M8 executed on day 49 after locution event. Casualties from flooding, disease, and starvation estimated at blank thousand. Date of locution: April 4th, 2000 blank. Description of Type S event and locution event. Data expunged. Type S event. Data expunged. Outcome: ongoing. Protocol M8 not yet executed. Is the end of the world as you know it. It's the end of the world. We're so cooked. Unless that mommy burns her baby. Kinda fucked up. Alright. Well, that is a lot of reading that we've done. Almost 2.5 hours to be precise. My throat really fucking hurts. Also, it's 20 minutes past 8. I wanted to leave 20 minutes ago, so I'm gonna go. I'm going to double check tomorrow to see if Yakuza is good. If not, I will play something else and get Yakuza up to the point where I want it to be. And we're picking back up with Yakuza 0 tomorrow, hopefully. I am considering doing no mic streams on Twitch, just for editing. I won't be talking. I'll just be listening to music and making these videos. Not a whole lot to see over there. It just keeps me focused on the work. Play Corpse Party sometime. That is actually on the list of things that I need to do, is go back to Corpse Party and do the bonus chapters. But I have to go get all of the name tags for that. That'll be something I work on over time. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you all later. Whoa!